Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I'm here with one of my favorite people, Beth Armstrong, talking about one of our favorite nonprofits, the People's Health Clinic. They always have great things going on, and they are great support to the health and wellness of our community. Welcome, Beth. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I am so happy to be here, and just arrived back late last night from a conference in Vegas. Happens in Vegas? No,
nice.
It was great fun. It was actually not in Vegas. It was in Henderson, Nevada. So that was a lot to learn. 3 just really packed days of information on how to better take care of our community and our patients.
So what did you learn? What are you bringing back from that conference?
A very large bag full of information and notebooks, and what we want to make sure that we're doing, and this is the conference was for the National Association of Free and Charitable Clinics, and there are 1,700 free and charitable clinics across the country.
Wow.
You know, what astounded me was how few we have in Utah compared to other states.
Really?
Florida has 30. Some states have 40 charitable clinics. They see probably fewer patients than we see. So like Salt Lake has 4 clinics, where, you know, Park City has 1, obviously, because we're much smaller. So we all vary in sizes, but we all have the same missions to provide health care for the uninsured. For us, we take care of 2 counties, Summit and Wasatch. A lot of those don't take care of full counties. They take care of smaller communities. And they don't limit it to the place that you live. We do that only because whenever we go after funding, we always say that we're taking care of our community.
Absolutely. So that's a lot of pressure on you guys, though, to have to cover such a wide range of people and populations. How do you handle all of that?
Well, the part that is the hardest for us is actually what's hardest for our patients, and that's transportation. So we do a lot trying to find ways to get our patients to the clinic. Whenever we have people that don't show up for visits, which rarely happens because they're so grateful to be able to have the physicians see them and to be able to have a place that's a health home. But the reason they give when they say they miss their appointment is that they just couldn't find transportation to. And we take that for granted because we get in our cars and we drive wherever we need to go. A lot of our clients are dependent on the bus, and as you know, we don't have a bus that comes from Wasatch County to Summit County, so they depend on their neighbors to get them here. And as you know, it's not as important to the neighbor as it is to them that they make their appointment. So we're doing a lot with identifying the social determinants of health and making sure that we're doing everything we can to make sure our patients not only are receiving the health care they need, but working with other, as we do in Park City, how we work with Christian Center, making sure that our patients know about the food pantry, some of the food, shelter, health, education. Those are some of those pillars that in order to have people rise up and improve and better their lives, they have to have all of those pillars in place.
So remind me of exactly what areas you guys serve.
We serve all of Summit County, which is everything from the top of Parleys to the Wyoming border.
Wow.
Yeah, and my husband says that it's the size of Delaware. I don't know if that helps.
Summit County is the size of Delaware.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's, wow. Well, that's
fun fact for today.
A large amount of
And then we also take in Wasatch County, which is basically the Heber area, Heber and Midway, Charleston, everything up to that turn going into Sundance.
Wow, so you guys really do cover a lot, and it's a big responsibility to take in all those patients. And
right. We have probably, you know, it's a little transient. People come in and come out. 1,700 is about the average number of individual patients. But of course, we see each one of those patients 3 or 4 times a year. So this year we're going to have 9,500 patient encounters. And that includes things like referrals, lab work, you know, it encompasses a lot. So it sounds like a huge number, but it's basically right about 2,000 people that we're taking care of. And then, of course, in Heber, we do have our Monday clinic where we're taking care of our women and children Monday mornings. But you still make your appointment with the People's Health Clinic at Round Valley.
Okay, so funding and volunteers, that's essential to keep you guys going.
We are always looking for volunteers, and the hard part with volunteers is whenever you first bring them in, if you, you know, we don't want them ever to be bored. So if we have a patient that doesn't show up, then we have a volunteer that's sitting and not doing anything. So that we work really hard to make sure our volunteers stay busy. So they're not busy projects, but they're projects that we have to do and need to do. And we utilize our volunteers to assist us in doing that. And it could be anything from helping us stuff the annual appeal into an envelope or making phone calls to patients who we want to make sure are coming in to get their mammograms or their lab works. So
time and money definitely well spent with you guys.
We stretch a dollar. We have we're trying to make sure that we can say we take care of some in Wasatch County in a budget of less than $850,000 a year.
Wow, that's impressive.
Thank you so much. And it's, well, without our volunteers and without the generosity of some very wonderful donors, collaboration with Intermountain for lab and testing, and you know, other nonprofits like Playing for Life that funds our mammograms for the patient portion when they can't afford it, for working with Steins, with a lot of our local restaurants helping us out, and just generous donors, $50, $20, you know, everything helps, especially with Live PC, Give PC coming up. We are such great stewards of those funds, and we work very hard. My background is in accounting, so I can really stretch that dollar a long way.
Oh, absolutely. Live PC, Give PC is an opportunity for people in and outside of our community to donate to their favorite nonprofit.
Right.
It's a one-day event. You can, of course, donate all year,
right.
But it's a fun opportunity. We try to always beat last year's number. I think last year was, goodness, it was over $1 million that they raised.
No, it's almost, yeah,
almost
approaching
$2 million, I believe. Yeah, so it's a fun day in November.
Right, and just to remind everyone that on October 19th, we are doing out at the Tanger Outlet Mall from 3 to 8 is Women's Night Out. So they're going to have food trucks, they're going to have lots of giveaways. It'll be a great way for you to go and use your pink card that we're still selling. If you go on to our website, you can buy a pink card. So that's at peopleshealthclinic.org. You just click it, buy it. They can download onto your phone the gift card, or you can actually come by the clinic and pick one up. And for everything at Tanger that I think it's more than 75% of their stores are participating, you get 25% off once a day. And then on the 19th is the special day where if you spend over $100 at any of the stores, you get some really great gifts like this big pink tote bag. I think we brought it the last time we were here. So mark your calendars for October 19th.
Yes.
That'll be just a fun, men are welcome, but we're calling it Ladies' Night Out. It'll be a lot of fun.
That's great. I'm glad you reminded us of that date. Last time you were here, we talked about your partnership with Tanger Outlets this month to support October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Just remind us a little bit about that quickly.
So whenever, it's the whole month of October, every Friday, everybody in the clinic wears our pink T-shirts. We are very concerned about the number of undiagnosed breast cancer. And the only way that you know that you have it, unless self-examination will catch some, but it's not going to catch all of them. That's why we highly recommend anyone over the age of 40 get a mammogram examination, and they're expensive. And if you're not insured, it's almost impossible to get unless you can find a place like People's Health Clinic that can assist you in getting that at free or a very minimal cost. So if we send a patient over for a mammogram, it's a $50 charge. If the patient can't afford that, we simply write up a voucher so that it's free to them. Because for some of our people, it's between buying dinner for the family or getting a mammogram, and they're going to choose dinner every time.
Every time, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Beth. Welcome back from Vegas.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's great to hear about what you've learned, and it's good to know that you guys are always learning and growing and trying to be the best you can to serve our community.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, October 19th, go to Tanger Outlets. It's Girls Night Out to support Breast Cancer Awareness Month. People's Health Clinic will be there. Get your pink tote. Have a lot of fun while you're there. So thanks so much to Beth for being here today. If you want to find out more about People's Health Clinic, check out their website. And please feel free to donate whenever you can. We have much more coming up on the Mountain Morning Show right after this.